Safety first. Okay, we'll just do this. Okay. Hey, darling, thank you. Yeah, thank you for being here on time. It's so important to be on time when it comes to these issues. And so, and you're here to help. I know you.
I am here to help. How can I help?
Well, I'll carry the mirror up because that'll be my responsibility.
I see all your paint supplies for your houses.
I'm a makeup artist for houses. I paint houses and plaster, and I got my little makeup kit for my face. So that's what we'll go from. We're transitioning from painter to makeup artist on me, and you'll see it. So if you could just take that up and set it up where you're going to do upstairs.
We're going to meet you upstairs then. We'll get this in, you get your car parked,
yes.
And we'll meet
and I'll
you
meet you
upstairs.
up there in 5 minutes. Okay, hello everybody. My name's Andrew, normally, and today I'm going to, you can address me as Andy, instead of Andrew. Andy Lishous. I use that name because it's sort of part of my real name as a man. Andrew and Andy Lishous. So my friend Darla asked me to come to the Orangeville Library to do the Human Library, which is an international human book where people can come and read us and find out a little bit more about who we are. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and I'm going to tell you what I do and how I do it and some of my tricks, because everybody wants to know what the tricks are to being a drag queen or a transvestite. This is the third time I've done the Human Library, so I'm quite excited, and this is the time they asked me to come and do the transitioning, which is the magic behind turning from a male to a female. So first of all, I'd like to put a little bit of science behind transgendered issues and let you know what the battle is about the whole issue. I've been doing it for as long as I can remember, like a good 40 years. And even longer. I grew up in Orangeville, just around the corner from here. I had 3 sisters, and we had a princess trunk, and I always wanted to dress up, and they dragged me out of the room, my parents, and said, you can't do that, you got to go do something manly. So anyway, but I got to do it once in a while, and I always thought, wow, that's great, and people should be able to, young people should be able to do what they want. Like, if you want to be a princess, be a princess. If you want to be a cowboy, be a cowboy. And so anyway, what I'd like to talk about is the science behind humans. You know, we are all born female, and right from the beginning of conception, we are born as females. There's no 2 genders. There's just females. So with the Y chromosome, it has the precursor hormone androgen, which is a takeoff of my name, androgen. And that produces testosterone, which then we become males. But at conception, we are all females. So that's something to be recognized. There's even a tribe in the Dominican Republic that at puberty, 15, 16 years old, transition through hormone changes into males. So the females start growing body parts that are males. And it's one of the only places in the world where you can find a tribe of individuals that have an anomaly that changes their gender. So to say that there's only 2 genders is incorrect as far as I'm concerned, and the science community is too. So everybody has the ability to be what they want. The one thing I would like to stress, I heard it from Marlon Brando in one of his last interviews on CNN, that I've spent millions on psychiatrists and psychotherapists. And he said, it all boils down to this. You can never look out unless you look in. And so to look in and know who you are, you only live once. You might as well live your dreams, your desires, and live it. So I've had these desires a lot of my life. I've had 3 sisters. I grew up in Orangeville. My mother had a wool shop and a fabric shop, and my mom taught me how to sew and knit and crochet, and I've used that to my advantage in my artwork, and I've done art shows all over the world. And I've also been an electronic technician, and I've incorporated these things into an electronic art piece, a dress that I wear on stage, and it's called the transistor radio. So yeah, the theme is you can never look out unless you look in. So I'm going to show you how I transition. There's a lot of little tips and tricks that I use, and at the end of this you'll have my email, and you can always email me and ask me, can you help me do this, that, or the other thing, and how did you do that, or can you show me again? So I'm here to help people, and I'm here to normalize what I do and bring it to the forefront so it's all normalized. So we're going to start off with a few different things. This is my little kit of makeup, and here's my boobs. You got to see my boobs. That's very important. I know everybody's waiting to find out how he does that. So I've done a little bit of prep work before I got here. I had to shave properly and get all the whiskers off, and I put a little bit of conditioner, hand cream on. Nothing expensive, just cheap Carry hand lotion, and it once you shave, then it sort of puffs up your face a little bit. You can also do a few other little tricks, like using astringent on your face after the fact of shaving. So you have to shave down like this and get all your whiskers off, and then you shave the opposite way. You got to be brutal when it comes to shaving, and you got to use expensive 5-blade razor blades. And now it's great that they do make them, so you can actually get a really close finished shave. But there's still going to be that 5 o'clock shadow. You can sort of see it. So I'm going to show you how to cover that up with some foundation. Foundation is the base that you put on your face first, and then you cover it up with different contours and blush and makeup. So we're going to start now. So I'm going to put my makeup on, and I'm going to do a few other things, and I'm going to get dressed. And the big tricks are pretty much from the waist up. Everybody can put on tights if they want to. There's some things that you want to know about doing this. You don't want to, just go to the closet and grab your sister's or your mother's or your wife's dress and put it on and go halfway. You really got to go the distance. There's a lot of little tricky things you got to do. So I'm just shaking up my makeup, and I use MAC makeup. But most, if you really want to cover up stuff, you could use Dermablend. It's almost a surgical cosmetic foundation. It's called Dermablend. It's a paste. It comes in a little thing, and you warm it up a little bit in the palm of your hand, and then you put it on. Dermablend is the go-to for most drag queens, transvestites, to cover up that shadow and or any blemishes that you might have. And but now they're making quite a bit of different makeups, that foundations especially. That's what you need to that work quite well. Anyway, we'll get going, so get ready. Okay, so, and I'm a patter. I like patting it on. It takes a little bit of effort, and there's so many things on your face, like redness and this, that, and the other thing, that you want to try and cover up, so it all becomes homogeneous in the end. And the thing about the eyes, I'm old and I have bags under my eyes, so it's good to pat. Don't pull. You want to pat your foundation under your eyes and above your eyes. Never pull, just pat. I am on no chemical hormone treatments or anything like that. I just do this because I've been in the business of vaudeville and acting on stage, and I've worked in the burlesque business for years, running burlesque theaters, and worked with many drag queens like the Great Imposters. So I've learned a lot over the years from people like Michael Daniels from the Great Imposters. I really want to emphasize some things, that this is a very dangerous profession. I came from the East End of Toronto, and I've been all over Toronto, and I once asked, Joe, you think I could do a performance here? And this is the Ulster Arms. This is a tough East End bar. And he says, oh, Andrew, I don't have a sophisticated crowd here. They wouldn't understand. There's so many unsophisticated people that just don't get it, you know. I think I got enough foundation on. Now, I'm not going to go all the way and put the setting powder on, because I'm not going out for the night and my face isn't going to melt. But basically you've got about 4 hours. It's like Cinderella. After 4 hours, your whiskers start coming out, and you better be home because you're going to be looking scary. And so, anyway, what I was going to say was some beautiful songs out there, like Rod Stewart's "Georgie." Was a transgendered individual. He came to New York, and he was killed. Walked down the wrong street, and somebody killed him. And every year, people get killed. People kill us. People kill transgendered individuals. It's becoming more acceptable. There's more people coming to our defense, like politicians, and we have a strong community. So it's really important, to normalize what we do, and we're only going to get through this with love and compassion and tolerance. Shouldn't feel guilty about anything that's not illegal. We live in a beautiful democratic society where we have rights. Gendered people have rights nowadays. Gay people have rights. Transgendered people have rights. But we've always got to defend our rights, because they do get taken away if we do not stand strong and keep those rights. And people get killed. Poor Matthew Shepard, they killed him. We honor him every year at a certain point where they killed, and he was just an effeminate type of young man, and they thought, oh, he's gay. Oh, and we killed him. They killed him. They tied him to a fence and killed him. There's people that die every year in every city that are transgendered, and the police are beginning to look into it, but they consider us a fringe group. We're not like, rich people that they will come and investigate. People just die and we are forgotten about. And anyway, I got all my foundation on, I think. So it's really important that the Human Library is here to help out and get to see me and get to question me and get to talk to me and get to see me and how I do things. And I've done a lot of shows, a lot of performances, and it's really not about sexuality. It's got nothing to do with sexuality. It should really never have. Nobody should have to be sexualized. I think that's an important point that I should bring out. Nobody knows what my sexuality is. I'm just a transvestite. I could be heterosexual, gay, transgendered, intersexed, whatever, I like to contour a little bit. You want to try and contour on the sides, make your nose look a little skinnier. Men have a little bit of a wider bridge nose, and so you want to do that. You want to get a little bit of contouring down here. Then this really isn't contouring. Let me just see if I got something a little better to use. Okay, we might be able to use it. And I'm a finger person, just a finger person. I just dab stuff on with my finger. I do have a lot of nice MAC brushes and everything, but you just use your finger. And it might look a little rough right now, but when you get out of the bright light, no drag queen or transvestite likes the bright light, but so this makes I'm fat. I'm getting fat in my old age, but you put a little bit of contour on it and it makes your jowls go away. Oh my God. So I wish I throw a little more humor in here and there, but and usually we like going out at nighttime where the sun is very unforgiving and bright lights, so that's why we like going to clubs and stuff. So anyway, let's see if we can find a little rouge. Okay. And the thing is, when we first start doing this stuff, we end up looking like clowns, and it's good not to look like a clown. You put makeup on and you overdo it, and I hate overdoing it. I've overdone it before, but just a little bit of rouge here and there, and you don't want to look like a clown. So, and it's nice. I live in Orangeville. A lot of people know what I do, and I'm very blessed. Nobody picks on me. I don't really care if people pick on me. I'm a manly guy. I like doing stuff. I work in painting and decorating. I'm like a makeup artist for your house. I'll come in when you're selling your house and I'll touch this, that, and everything up. And I'm like a makeup artist for your house. And so I like doing makeup. I do makeup on my own face. And so it's sort of like I transition from paints for house paints to face paints. And remember, I'm just a finger painter. I like putting makeup on with just my fingers. Just do a little bit of dab. And it's really, there's no rhyme or reason to my technique. So, oh, get rid of that there and that there, or I'll look like a clown. Okay. All right. People think you got to go out and get all these fancy makeup brushes, and you can, but you don't have to. Well, I have a chance. I'm going to drink a little water. You don't want to be drinking too much water once you get your lipstick on. You can't eat, you can't do anything. It's tough being a woman, let me tell you. Once you get lipstick on, but they got that waterproof lipstick now, so you can go out in the world in a rainstorm. But there's nothing worse than being in a rainstorm with mascara that's not waterproof. You look like Alice Cooper after a thunderstorm. Oh my God. Okay, we probably don't need to put too much more makeup on. I'm just showing you a few of the basic techniques. It's not like I'm going out to party tonight. And me, I'm not too worried. I'll go to any type of bar or anything. It doesn't have to be like a gay bar, but they're very accepting of us. But we're still not totally accepted in the gay community because a lot of us aren't gay. So, but I don't want to emphasize anything about the sexual nature of being a transvestite. Now, I've got some really nice fake eyelashes. They're really easy. You just put them on. They're fun. During Halloween, go to Shoppers Drug Mart or to Goodwill or Value Village and buy up all they have tons of fake eyelashes. You can buy them up for cheap during Halloween. And then they take them off the shelves. So the best time to get fake eyelashes is during Halloween. So, are you ready? Okay, this is always tricky. Where are my eyelashes? They're not going to stick. You can get a glue, black glue for eyelashes. No, they're not going to stick. Might have to put mascara on. I don't really want to do that. Well, maybe they don't. The drag queen gods don't want me to wear. See, look at these, $2.98. They don't want me to wear the rainbow ones today. These are tricky little things. It's not easy doing what I do. But I think we'll just leave it. If I was going out dancing and partying, which I don't party anymore, let me tell you. Partying is a big part of being a transvestite, drag queen. You go to bars, and I try to avoid going to bars. I haven't had a drink or a cigarette or anything else for 16 years. I've been at this almost 32 years. So if you're going to do this, try to avoid substance abuse. I would like to emphasize that because that has killed a lot of transgendered individuals, gay individuals, LGBTQ people. Substance abuse is a big thing. See, it's coming together a little bit at a time. Okay, so we won't put that on quite yet because I want to show you how to make boobs. Now, I'm going to use tuck tape. It's construction tuck tape. It's pretty good. Are those eyelashes? How are they doing? So making the right cleavage is important to showing how to transition. And the trick is you can do, there's two techniques for making cleavage by pulling your breasts together. And one is using two pieces of tape by pulling one over the other and crisscrossing them. I just do a one piece of tape transition. It's another type. It's easier to do, I believe. It's a little tricky, and you got to be dry. You can't really, and you shouldn't be wearing any perspiration. So you want to pull your breasts up. I don't know if you can catch all that. Can you? No. You want to? I hope this is going. You might have to do this. Sometimes you only want to touch the tape once. So you want to get it under there. And tuck tape, there's other tapes that you can use, but and you just put that, and it'll never be seen under your clothes, so got a little bit of breast there. So there's a little bit of cleavage, so when you go like that, you get that little bit of cleavage, and you try not to get that little fold. Sometimes you get a little fold there. So you can see how my breasts, my boobs, my boobies are coming together, and we'll use these as prosthetic silicone boobs. You're getting the real deal here, folks. This is how it's done. So you usually put your bra on like this. I don't know if women do it, but this is how we do it. And then spin it around. You don't want to move too much or you'll rip the tape off. Once you get everything together, you want to make sure it's all together. Everybody was so excited to find out how I do this. Okay, you got to wiggle around a little bit. And I sort of like wearing this little bustier. It sort of firms things up and stops things from jumping around. There. Okay, so then you put the boobs in there. Put those boobs in there, and then you pull that up. And look at that. Can you get a good profile there? Get the other boob in there. What are we doing? Okay. In the olden days, we didn't have the internet to find boobs. You'd have to go to cosmetic surgeons who worked with things like that, and they were very expensive. But now you can get a good set of boobs, like 34 double Ds for, $50 to $100, I tell you. So you can just tuck them down. And you can see that little bit of tape has made a little bit of cleavage for me. You can't see the tape, and I pull that up. So that's something, eh? But they almost look real, don't they? So that's one of the tricks everybody wanted to know about, and that's how you make boobs. So another thing you want to do is you want to find the dress, the proper dress for somebody like me is with a décolleté, which is the French for in between right there. You want to show that, because anything that can add to the illusion. This is an illusion. So now I am going to put my dress on, and you can see that I have a collar that goes in my dress, and it has an open window here that shows my cleavage, and so it gives you the impression of the illusion. So next I'm going to put my dress on. I think I got it all together. So it's very important. See that little window I have up there to show my décolleté, and this hides my Adam's apple, which I don't really have one, but some men do. So you want to get rid of that illusion. And as far as putting leotards on, I don't really have to show you how to do that. I get the strongest ones I can, tights or ballet tights or something, because with male hands you got little things, you get runs in your nylon, so you want to try and get something leotards or something a little more industrial grade, military grade, and tights. But there are some now really good nylons that are tear proof. And another thing I could say is, in the olden days, what we used to do in the olden days, isn't that terrible to say? Oh my God, in the olden days. We would take nylons and fill them with rice and tie them, and then double up and tie another knot, and the knot would become the nipple. And then instead of using a silicone prosthetic like this, we would use these nylons stuffed with rice. But then you'd be out dancing on the dance floor, and the rice would start getting moist and fluffed up, and you could have one boob that was bigger than the other. I could do more with my makeup. I could do this, that, or the other thing, but this is who I am, Andy Lishous, and Andy is a takeoff from Andrew, and this is what I do. I'm a transvestite, and I'm proud of it. This is all about the human library, so not many people get to ask questions or find out about people like me. I'm a really nice fellow, or a really nice lady. I can be either or. I've had so much fun. I've met so many people. I've done so many fabulous things in my life. I've worked for some of the biggest movie stars. Elizabeth Taylor, I was her personal projectionist. Carol Burnett, Catherine O'Hara, Vince Vaughn. There's a lot of lovely people I've worked with in my lifetime, going back many, many years. I've performed on stage, and David Bowie's come to see me perform. I do a lot of neoist stuff. That is, neoism is art that is done for the first time. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed what I've done here for you and showed you some of my little tips and tricks. And I'm here to talk to anyone about some of the tips and tricks of what I do. And I could have done it a lot better, but I want to compact it into this little window for the camera, and we've got little things that we do. We've got our shoes and we've got our bag, and it's all about jewelry, and you got to look good and smell good. And in an emergency, this is my emergency spray. It's body mist, and every once in a while it doesn't work. It's like but yeah, a lady has to smell nice, and a lady has to look nice. So, oh, you know what? Oh, I just realized I can maybe put a little lipstick on. That really pulls it all together, doesn't it? It's the lipstick. It's all about the lipstick. I'm not going to put too much on, but you could like do contour pencil, lip contour pencil, and emphasize it. And yeah, so another thing is nails. You can get fake nails, and you glue them on. And I'm not going to do it today because they're hard to get off. You got a little piece of it's like a toothpick, and you stick it under your fingernail, and you pop your fingernails off after they're glued on. They're not fun, but you can buy fake fingernails, and that really adds to the illusion. We want to talk about changing our voice. So there's a few things you can do. Think about the Queen. Oh, how are you? Have you ever seen the kids in the hall? They're always impersonating the Queen and things like that. But I like doing a Patsy Cline song and then going to a Billie Holiday song. So, and I try to and trying to imitate them. So I go a-walking after midnight, searching for you. And then I transition into Billie Holiday. In my solitude, you're there. So those are a few little tricks you can try and sing and bring out your female voice. And then after you do it a little bit, you'll be able to talk like that. I just want everybody to know that there's somebody out here that is here for you, and you can really... How I started this whole conversation was you could never look out unless you look in. So look in and find out who you are and have fun. Life's so short. Get out there and have fun and do what you want to do, and don't worry about anything that's not illegal, So thank you very much, and stay real. Don't do any substance abuse. Stay real. That's one of my mottos, stay real. Thank you for coming and watching and listening, and I hope we edit out all the bad parts. Thank you. Goodbye.
Andrew, Anne, thank you so much. What a privilege to share this intimate time with you, and what a wonderful message you have. I've seen you in both sides. In the world as Andrew and in the world as Anne. And yes, you are beautiful inside and out as Andrew and as Anne.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah. The Orangeville Library, thank you, Darla. I've got a few performances that I've performed way back 40 years ago. I've been in this business my whole life. I'm 62 now. And in the early 80s, I did the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is a great transgender movie that has a cult following. And I've got that on video for you, along with another type of performance I do called the Transistor Radio, where I have a performance where I've hand knit out of telephone wire a dress and a bustier, and I've got speakers in my boobs and with little light bulbs, and they light up to the sound of the music, and I do karaoke and I sing it and it comes out my boobs. So
don't get strung out by the way I look. All right, don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Let me show you around, maybe play you a sign. You look like you're both pretty groovy. Or if you want something visual that's not too abysmal, we could take in an old Steve Reeves movie.
It was supposed to be take a walk on the wild side. I don't know where Canada came from. So I'm a transistor radio. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad it made it to the end.